Beneath these friendly waters lie tantalizing clues to an archaeological puzzle that has haunted the lake for over a century.
When the first settlers arrived in the Rock Lake area, they actually saw things sticking out of the lake, and when they asked the local Indians, what are these structures that are appearing out of the lake, the Indians told them these are the rock teepees of the ancient ones. Of course, at that time, the settlers were probably more interested in survival and enterprise, and they started to create some mills around the lake, which, of course, rose the water by at least 20 to 30 feet, at that point covering up any structures that would have been seen at that time. We have ancient accounts of Indians that talk about strangers to the area that built these sites, and to this day, Rock Lake is probably one of the most sacred sites in North America to the indigenous people.
The notion of ancient pyramid builders inhabiting Wisconsin centuries ago is a tangible reality.
As far as Rock Lake is concerned, it's a small body of water between Milwaukee and Madison in southern Wisconsin, right off of the I-94 expressway. It's about 3 miles long from north to south and about 1 3/4 miles wide from east to west. What's remarkable about this lake is that from very early pioneer times, the local Indians at that time, they were the Menominee Indians, the Ho-Chunk, and the Winnebago. And they talked about a city of the dead at the bottom of this lake, this little lake, which was later called Rock Lake. And it was around the turn only of the 20th century, literally 1901, where some of these structures were seen for the very first time during a period of prolonged drought. Since then, until the present time, divers and boaters have occasionally glimpsed buildings at the bottom of this lake. Lo and behold, on the southern shore of this stream bed, which I'd say was maybe, it's hard to guess exactly, maybe it's 10 feet wide and a depression of about maybe 5 feet. And on the southern shore loomed the most perfect building that I have ever seen that any of us have ever seen underwater, 25 feet underwater. It looked in the camera like it had perfectly fitted black onyx stone. And as Mary and the others, and her husband as my witness, what I'm telling you is exactly what we saw. You have to understand, first of all, that the bottom of Rock Lake is incredibly muddy, very deep mud. And on top of that is a very thick layer of silt. It's a very difficult lake to dive in for that reason, because if your fins hit that silt, it creates great billows of obscuring material. You can't see nothing there. So the camera, of course, didn't stir up anything. I mean, you could see somewhat through the silt, but not all through the mud. And rising up out of the silt and out of the mud, I don't have any way to draw this, so I have to describe it as best I can. A very steep-sided pyramid, not like the pyramid that you see in Egypt. Very steep-sided. It looked as though it rose about maybe 4 feet above the silt. And it came not to a point or an apex, but to a flat top. Everything was beautifully made. You could see the stonework fitted together. These were not piles of rock. This was not some glacial remnant. It had very sharp sides. And the camera, it was funny, it showed the whole thing, and the boat kept drifting, and the camera banged right into the structure itself and went away from it, and we lost sight of it, and then the camera turned around and came back, and we saw it a second time from a different point of view. And we don't know how long it is. It looks like an elongated tent. One side is very pyramidal, black stone and blocks. This is the amazing thing of it. On the front of it, there were glyphs. The one that I remember, I focused on, we were screaming, we were watching. We just couldn't believe what we're seeing. The one that I remember most distinctly was like an S on its side with curlicues at the end. Now, there was writing below, but I didn't look at that too much. I just focused on that S. I'm looking at the structure itself. I mean, we eyeballed this thing for quite a few minutes, for like, maybe 1 on 10. And so Brad and others, they did see what looked like some kind of writing at the bottom. Now this structure, even though it's only appeared to be about 4 feet high, you have to remember this is the top, the apex of this. It was lost in the silt. I have no idea how far that silt goes down. It goes down far. I have no idea how far the mud goes down. I know that goes down very far also, because in the past we've tried steel rods as probes to see how far down. In some areas, perfectly fitted black onyx stone. Perfectly fitted black onyx stone. And this was the amazing thing of it. On the front of it, there were glyphs. And this was the amazing thing of it. On the front of it, there were glyphs. And this was the amazing thing of it. On the front of it, there were glyphs.
18 giant skeletons and pyramids found in
Scientists are
Wisconsin.
remaining stubbornly silent about a lost race of giants found in burial mounds near Lake Delavan, Wisconsin.
Rock Lake in southern Wisconsin, dubbed North America's most controversial underwater archaeological discovery of the 20th century. The first settlers of Lake Mills, Wisconsin in the 1830s heard stories from the Winnebago Indians about stone teepees submerged in nearby Rock Lake. Over time, especially during periods of extreme drought, fishermen reported seeing large geometric structures on the lake floor. The few times archaeologists came to investigate, they couldn't locate the structures and dubbed the underwater features a hoax. At one point the mayor of Lake Mills spotted one of the pyramids himself and the technological search was on. Aerial photos, side-boat sonar scans, and underwater divers eventually charted a complex of at least 9 different stone structures, including 2 rectangular pyramids, several stacked rock walls, 2 stone cone areas, a conical pyramid, and a large delta triangle structure. There is also a part of the lake floor that supposedly features Indian mounds similar to Aztalan, a prehistoric mound builder site located only 2 miles away. The largest underwater structure, dubbed the Lymantus Pyramid, has a length of about 100 feet, 30 m, a base width of 60 feet, 18 m, and a height of 24 feet, 7.2 m, although only about 12 feet, 3.6 m, protrude from the silt and mud of the lake floor. The Lymantus Pyramid is a truncated tent-like pyramid, built largely out of rounded black stones. The capstones on the 2 rectangular pyramids are squared rather than round. Small amounts of a plaster coating are still detectable, similar to the coating used on the Aztalan stockade walls. Murky dive conditions usually make the ruins hard to locate, but scuba enthusiasts continue to report their presence when the lake is clear. So what are stone pyramids doing at the bottom of a Wisconsin lake? It seems the ancient Aztalan people constructed a dam at the feeder stream to control water flow into Rock Lake. Apparently they kept the wide lake basin dry but could fill it at will. It is anyone's guess if the structures were funerary, part of a larger construction, or used for ritualistic ceremonies. The southern end of Rock Lake near Aztalan State Park in Wisconsin is the site of an unexplainable series of rock formations that has baffled everyone who has seen them for centuries. When European settlers first took up residence in the area, Native Americans told them of rock teepees located on the lake's floor. In 1900, their existence was verified when local duck hunters caught sight of the massive monoliths from their boat. Entirely submerged, the structures are 30 feet high and 100 feet long, and are conical in shape. Explanations for the underwater stone pyramids vary. Some say that they are simply natural glacial formations, while others say that they are man-made, and were constructed by an ancient civilization before the area was flooded with water. Proponents of this theory point to the archaeological evidence found nearby in Aztalan State Park, where the Mississippian Indians constructed pyramidal mounds over 1,000 years ago. The following passage comes from the Rock Lake Research Society, an organization dedicated to the investigation and documentation of these enigmatic structures. 1900, 2 local residents, the Wilson brothers, spot mysterious structures underwater while duck hunting. Unusual clarity exists as it is late fall and rainfall was low for the year, dropping water levels below normal. The 2 men advise the other residents of Lake Mills, and dozens of people in boats converge on the lake to witness the underwater structure. Several boys dive a short distance and touch the pyramidal structure. It is described as a long tent-shaped structure of undetermined height and approximately 100 feet long. The next day water conditions change and the structures are lost to the murkiness and silt of the lake. Lake Mills then becomes a center of statewide attention as newspapers run articles. Famous diver Max Knoll, the true inventor of the scuba, tests his equipment in Rock Lake. He comes upon a tall cone-shaped pyramid in the south end of the lake. The structure made of small stones looked like an upside-down ice cream cone that was definitely man-made according to Knoll. Knoll plans to come back to further explore the pyramid legends of Rock Lake. Knoll dies in car crash with wife several years later before he could return. Due to murky water conditions, the structures are rarely visible, even with high-tech equipment, but fishermen and divers do catch glimpses of the mysterious structures from time to time, and the Rock Lake Research Society has documented their existence using sonar and aerial photography.
Next on Talk is Cheap. Is there underwater pyramids in Wisconsin? Talk about this and so much more. Welcome to Talk is Cheap. I am TC, and with me as always,
Dan Holfeld.
And Dusty Long.
All right, welcome to today's episode. Today I will be discussing man-made, oh crap, I fucked up the thing again. A man-made pyramid in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, actually. It's underwater in the lake.
Oh, I've read about this.
Yes.
Isn't there giants near here?
Yes, actually, there is, too.
That's why I read it.
There's giants near a lot of the crap that's going on in this country.
Woo!
Now, these are photos of other places, but they believe that the lake actually filled in about 10,000 years ago, so that would kind of ruin their view of what happened on the Earth, like, you know, like the icebergs we're seeing and stuff. If these, and with how we were, if this structure was, or structures they claim there's 10 of them under this lake, that if they're there prior to 10,000 years ago, then it would ruin the history books and ruin everything like that. It completely go against what they believe happened.
Because it was supposed to be covered with glaciers at the time.
Exactly.
No shit.
Yeah.
But they're saying they built these and then the water filled.
Yeah, like the water filled in, like happened with a lot of those ancient structures and stuff around the world. There's a lot of that happened. There's they discovered in the early 1900s when two guys were just canoeing across the lake, and they said that one of their oars struck something, and it was a low point, a drought time,
so
the waters were lower. Mm-hmm. So when they were paddling, they hit something, and it's pretty much been a thing since then. It's been back and forth of whether this is real, faked, and no one is. It's very murky water, so it's not like crystal clear. I think it's lake water in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
So it's been really hard to find because it's actually a pretty big lake, I believe, and there's been a lot of teams going down. Like, this is what they think it would look like. It would be 60 feet wide by 100 feet long, and it was like 18 feet tall.
Okay, so this ain't the sketch now, though.
This is a sketch from 1967,
Okay. Gotcha.
Skin Diver. It's a diver magazine of what this diver is claiming they saw down there.
Oh, so they did. So not only did they have the guys in the canoe, they actually had a diver go down.
Oh
there
yeah,
and say
they've
the
had
same
many
thing.
a diver, many dive team goes down.
If the water's murky, how far could you really see it?
I've seen
you know?
video footage, and you can't see very far at all.
It's just
shit,
feeling
It's
like
like
braille or what?
6 inches to a foot maybe sometimes.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very hard. Like, that's why they said, like, they've had multiple teams go down there, and a lot come back with nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm
But
sure.
the water is 50 feet deep.
Oh damn.
So that's a lot of area to
cover
in the murky water where you can only see like this far in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
So you could swim right next to it and completely miss
Yeah,
it.
you're going to hit something, or is there something going to eat you down there? You don't know.
Yeah, right?
Fucking Nessie and shit.
But
So they use
sonar?
Sonar.
Not that I've read, but there is pictures now apparently. These pictures have come about. They're right here. The team claims that they have found 10 structures down there.
No shit.
And this one is the biggest. That's the one that's 100 feet long, That's the biggest one down there.
So did they take a sample? I mean, how do they know that this was man-made, really? I mean,
Because the way it's put together.
There's no straight lines in science. Or
Yeah,
in
in nature, there's no straight lines. There's different sizes. You can kind of see, like,
almost like a
what's
mortar.
what's in
yeah.
between this. Yeah, many people didn't believe this was actually real. There's been, like I said, many teams going down, but it was like in the 1970s, it was Skin Diver magazine that sent the first team down that apparently found something, and these are what that's from.
Now, isn't there next to this, because I did the giant thing.
Yep.
Isn't there a structure near this too, like a old fort or something? They thought, or is that someplace else in
I think
Wisconsin?
it might be there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
It should be by Rice Lake, right there.
I think Rice Lake. They have they found mounds, what they thought was like for a gate or a fence, and then that's where they found the giants.
The giants right there, yeah.
And that's where the Smithsonian came up. And yeah, I've actually saw this, and they won't. People aren't taking it seriously.
No, not at all.
I think I read that even at one time you could actually see the top of one.
Yeah, it stuck out of the middle of the lake because there was such a drought that it stuck
nobody
out.
got a picture of that?
It was
Back
a
in the day,
long
yeah.
time. I think there's a drawing or something I swore was on here. They showed, like, okay, at the top of this one, I think you can see the water line, like right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. That's
yeah,
the
but
water
there's
line.
fish right there.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, but
I thought
they
had,
said
like,
a little bit was on
an
top
image.
though.
Yeah, it was sticking out.
So they
Or
didn't
there
have
was
cell
an
phones at
image.
the time, so you can't just take a picture.
I'll let you take
Check
control of it.
Google Images.
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's the
Rice Lake Pyramid.
Yeah, Rice Lake Pyramids. Yeah, that's the one off of Japan.
Yeah, that's a
That's
huge
impressive.
structure.
Yeah. And they say that's like
We're still trying to say that the one off Japan isn't man-made.
yeah,
but
it's in nature. It's straight and it's
straight and it
but
has whole. Damn, look at
that's
that.
wow. What is
Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
yeah, you might want to put Wisconsin.
Let's just look at all the other pictures. They're pretty.
Man, there's not any good images, is there?
No, because no one's done any research into this.
Right. It's one of those things that not many people know about, and I didn't know about it till I watched that show I was telling you about last time.
Oh, what the heck was that show? Forgot.
America on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had I think him and another guy, they actually had mini submarines. It's like one you sit in yourself. It's really
No
tiny.
way, yeah?
So there's a place that makes them in Wisconsin. And you just go down, it's tiny. It's probably only as long as you can sit.
Yeah.
You just drive around in it. I'd like to do that just in general.
That'd be
but
cool.
Yeah, he went down there. They never really felt
It's Rock Lake, I think.
oh, there you go. Yeah, it is Rock Lake.
But I'm still not
Now
seeing.
there's a drawn diagram. Ooh, what's this next one over on? Right
here
Yeah. Oh, that's just
a brick.
a brick. I thought, oh, there's.
Go ahead and use the mouse.
I'm just trying to. I see something. Maybe that's it. Trying to claim. I don't know. It's like a satellite view of it.
Oh, okay.
Well, the interesting thing is, too, on
possible.
top of this, is no one's taking this seriously enough
No.
to actually go down there.
No, people thought it was a hoax for years. No one would take it seriously. So every time, like, a dive team would be requested to go do it, or the government's like, no, that's just fake.
Yeah, and that's bullshit because we've looked for the Loch Ness Monster for years on end,
Right.
and we don't know if that's real or not.
Exactly.
Damn, I was hoping to find that one. You think if there was a drought and it was sticking out, somebody would have took a picture of it.
Right?
What year was that?
It was the early 1900s.
Okay. I didn't have a
That's
camera.
probably why.
Is anyone doing anything now about this that we know of, or is it
I
just
don't think so. There was another.
should we watch
You
it?
want to watch a video?
We'll put it on.
Well, at least
4
what we
minutes.
can do is we can see how murky the water is on this.
Must be a GoPro. I hear that little.
Oh, there he
See,
made
it
his own
ain't.
pyramid.
I thought it'd be murkier than.
No, he's
that.
he's towards the shore though too.
Yeah.
Well,
He made his own pyramid. That's what this is.
yeah, he didn't fucking do shit.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
Yeah, look at the
I can
thumbs
make
up.
my own pyramid too, buddy.
He's got a lot of thumbs down. So.
Yeah, right. People aren't happy with this video.
Yeah, maybe
go-
somebody just laid the bricks there and then they just took a picture.
Right?
It's all bunk.
This is great. I'm really happy about this guy.
Yes, he does a great job.
A voyage below. We are 18 inches below the water. This is called a voyage.
That is a very misleading title.
Wait. Look at. He's got 106 subscribers and 12,000 in views, and he's a jackass.
Right?
We can't even do that yet. What the hell?
That's because it's a very deceptive title.
So we just need to start deceiving people to watch our show.
I guess so.
Yeah.
You see that? It makes it sound like he goes down.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
This does not help her cause.
No,
not
at all.
So we have to deceive their viewers. So we should be like, today
We found the pyramid.
Yeah, we found the pyramid.
But I also thought it'd be a good thing to talk about because it's in Wisconsin. We could go down there.
Yeah.
Do this.
I would so be down
Are
for
you gonna
going
dive?
down there.
Should we suit you up and
Yeah.
throw you down?
I always
would do
wanted
it.
to get my scuba license.
They have a class at UW Richland.
Yeah, we should do
every
that.
spring for scuba diving.
What does that all entail? Just how to breathe and
Yeah.
You probably breathe and set
How to
up your
take
own.
it off and put it back on so you don't.
You probably might have to
inhale.
set up your own air and stuff
Yeah.
like that. How to learn. But yeah, they'll actually take you out. You'll
Mm-hmm.
scuba dive in the pool and stuff like that too. But for your final, I heard they take you out to a lake, like Redstone or something like
Is
that
that
nearby.
what's close? Yeah.
Yeah, they take you out there and you actually get to scuba dive out there for a while.
did they give you a waterproof wallet?
I don't know.
I heard this one from Jerry Seinfeld. He's like, you go scuba diving and they give you a waterproof wallet. What the hell is a sea turtle gonna break a 20?
Nice.
I suppose you want to keep your ID on you, so when you do die, they're like, "Who the hell is this guy?
Right?
True.
And why has he got $400 in here?"
Until we get RFID chips, I guess.
What's that site right above that video?
Ancient site of Wisconsin. Oh, we're both trying to use the mouse and it's not
I had to
working
mess
correctly.
with it. Sorry.
I hate when websites aren't
Yeah,
set
you
up
can tell
the
they're
best.
just janky and
It's like 1990s. Homestead.
Right? Is this supposed to be?
fucking K2D for network
Lake
page.
Mill
looks better than
Serpent
this.
Monster.
There's like a
Hey.
quarter of a picture on here.
Yeah, keep going down.
If Daniel keeps on,
You gotta scroll right, I think.
Oh, because that one she's standing in the water. Looks like she's standing on top of the water.
Orange is Jesus.
Right?
which I always wondered if Jesus could walk on water, does that mean he could swim through land?
Of course he
Of course
can.
he can.
And this is pretty much just going over the same
Click here
thing.
for more on Wisconsin Pyramid.
Top, yeah.
Looks like
It's
it
the
brought
same
us to the same. Oh, wait, maybe not. The red-haired giants, though. Look at that book.
Oh yeah.
She wrote that book.
She wrote that. Yeah, she's the author of 1, 2, 6. I can't read it when he's scrolling, but like 6 books.
That don't matter.
You can write a book, but you can't make a web page.
Right? Yeah, it's got 2 shares on Google+.
This kind of reminds me of the Bermuda Triangle and shit. There's all those energy points in the Earth.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
actually equal distance or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
That's interesting.
I have no comment.
No?
These people
You think
start-
it's hocus pocus?
Well,
what happens
I
in
can
the...
believe
Well, okay,
it's-
the trip to the Bermuda Triangle, we'll all die if we don't come back.
I can believe that there's something there, or the points, but a lot of people do. Like I watch a lot of that Google Earth, where they show Earth and they show places that have been like faded out and you can't see. But then some people really go nuts, because some of the dimensions, when they measure it all, it makes really good sense. It's all in the same parallel or something. That's really cool. When some guys go nuts and they're like, here, and as you can see, they all make right angles. I'm like, yeah,
Well, this-
congratulations, you made 3 fucking lines.
The thing
connect.
I'm getting pissed about is like all these like Mason ones or whatever, the numerology. Oh, if you take this number and divide it by 3, it equals this. Well, come on.
I did see one from the same show I was telling you guys about, where it's called United States Stonehenge or whatever. And if you draw a line right from there, it goes to Stonehenge in England.
Yeah.
And then that connects right to like Israel or something like that. Some line. It connects all the way through that to another point in Israel where some building is.
And some of that's
It's really
cool.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it is really
They said that was
interesting.
built by like descendants of the Masons or something like that. It would be. They made these points connect to point to something. I don't know.
Huh.
But we still don't know what it points to.
No.
So the point, is that the ley line points? Because that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
No, I think we could actually take a trip down here and go
Yeah,
scuba
that's really
diving.
close. We could do that some weekend.
Or we can just get a boat and throw Dusty in and
I sink like
dive.
a rock.
Go down.
Just put a chain on you. It would just
Right.
be like an anchor.
Thanks.
It's only 50 feet.
Only 50 feet. Good thing I quit smoking.
Exactly.
I might be able to hold my breath for 20 feet of that.
We'll stick a camera on you so we can just throw a camera down, I guess. A
Or
waterproof
we
camera.
could just go ahead and make our own goddamn rock pile and say, here's a voyage.
make a picture, right?
And do the same thing.
Chichen Itza.
What?
That's,
I've been there.
Oh.
Nice. That's in like South America, right?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Were
yeah.
you able? How far up could you go on this?
It's blocked off now.
Oh,
they
God.
said it was because see how that one side's getting
Slip,
eroded?
trips, and falls.
Yep.
I've heard 2 things for it because people were getting hurt,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
heard that people walking on it was fucking it up. So
I
I've
can
heard
see
the
that.
The aliens didn't like it.
They need to put an escalator in that mother.
They just gotta get some mortar out.
Hear about the lady that got stuck on the escalator? Stopped working.
Are you serious?
I've read stories
Please don't
like
be
that. It's supposed to be serious.
Oh my god.
Like, have you ever seen that though? You go to a big city, like or a mall or something like that, and the escalator's like not working, so it says like out of order. Yeah, these are little subs I was telling you about right here.
That,
You sit in, like they went underneath in those things.
do
That
you
wouldn't
think
be
I'd
bad.
fit in one of them?
Does it have air conditioning?
What if you have gas? You get in there and you're like, oh man, I gotta sit in
Dude,
here.
that happened to me today. I first got
You were in
like,
a sub?
No, in my car. I got in, I was driving down the road. I had really bad gas because of drinking the night before, and I farted, and I went to roll down my window, and it was frozen shut. All my windows were frozen shut. I had to like open my door and be like, no.
Here's a funny story. For work, I had to go to refrigeration class, and when it like mixes, it's called like flash gas when it turns whatever. I could not. I thought flash gas was somebody farts and they leave. It's like I could not get that out of my head.
I'll never forget that now.
No, I just went and flash gas them all.
I heard it dust some people off when you walk by, but if you're stuck in a room, it's called flash gas.
That's a network special. Go flash gas people.
It's like a flashbang, but you're just a dick.
Just let me go drinking the night before, and it'll be no problem.
Oh no!
I'd love to ride in one of these little subs.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It was like a couple $100 though, like an hour,
Jesus.
because they're expensive. Only one company makes them, so
Is there a depth limit, or is it?
No,
You can't go too far. I suppose.
and it's only
Crush
fit.
it,
Well,
man.
the only one they did is 50 feet. 'Cause that's how deep the lake was.
Okay.
So that was okay.
I suppose you can't go too deep, but yeah, because there's pressures and whatnot. But I don't know. I'm worried about the little sub because if you're down there and you can't hardly see anything, you're just like cruising forward. Bam! Son of a bitch, boys, we're leaking water.
Yeah, like you said, you
Yeah.
can't see anything. All of a
Right.
sudden you're driving wall right there.
Go very slow.
Oh my god.
Next thing you know, you're trying to get up and you're like, oh hell, it ain't gonna look
Ejection
good.
seat. Flash you right up.
Yeah. Then you get the bends and die.
I don't think you would from 50 feet
No,
get the
probably
bends.
not. No.
Have you seen? You can make it though. People can because you seen those free divers that dive like a couple 100 feet just holding their breath.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is nuts.
Crazy.
I watched a chick.
You can. I think you can make 50. We'll have to start training.
I'll train.
We'll get you in the pool before we go to the lake.
Or we could just go take scuba lessons.
Yeah.
And I can take oxygen with me.
Flash gas.
Fart in the tank. Oh my god. It'd be like on Jackass when he farts in the where the head thing has a helmet on or whatever.
Yeah.
And guy farts in it.
And that's not right.
Oh.
I'm not going with you guys anymore.